Welcome back everyone to another battle video. So this is just another video showing the expanded format. Now that we know that all regionals will be in expanded, I figured up until Ancient Origins comes out, at least when we see a lot of new decks, I would just go ahead and play around tweaking some standard lists into some expanded lists. And Whale Lord doing so well at Nationals kind of brought back mill decks. That's when they discovered Bunnelby, or rediscovered Bunnelby, I should say. Well, no, I guess it was they kind of figured, well, you know, the way to beat Whale Lord is just to take a Bunnelby into your deck. That solves a problem. And then when they said, hey, Expanded's back, they were like, oh, well, we're already seeing Bunnelby variations. Why don't we go back to good old Durant? So this is still primarily a Durant deck. I did start Bunnelby, but that's not really the ideal. Bunnelby is just there as a tech, and it really helps out in the mirror. You can put your own energy discarding cards back in, and I mean, they have to pretty much match you strategy for strategy and then keep ahead. So I really do like Bunnelby in the mirror match, but for just general games like this, I really would prefer to have a Durant active and be devouring instead of having to burrow. But I'm not too concerned looking at my opponent. I'm trying to remember Ninjas. There's the Shedinja that it evolves into. I think when you knock it out, you don't take any prize cards, but I'm not going to be knocking out any Pokemon anyway, so that's not really a big deal. We see a Pokemon fan club and a Flabebe, so some sort of fairy deck as well. We see two Flabebe. And alright, so very, very odd. So I really have no idea what kind of a deck I'm going up against, but that really doesn't matter with Durant. Durant's strategy is the same. I just wish I could devour right now instead of just burrowing. But we're gonna VS Seeker, and we can, I believe this deck runs one or two switch, maybe an escape rope or something like that. So we could still possibly get out. Like I said, I'm not really worried looking at my opponent's side, just because I'm not really sure what their strategy is yet. Seeing the Robo Sub on the bench, you know, this could be something that, you know, hits and runs. And usually those decks are usually expecting not to one-shot, but 2 to 3-shot you, so, yeah, I'm not really sure if I need to be worried about this. But that N was able, while it didn't give me a way to switch back into a Durant, it did give me some very nice cards. So we're going to be able to use that Enhanced Hammer next turn to take off that Rainbow energy. And I'll be able to hold the Team Flare Grunt until he attaches another energy to it. I don't think we have any energy on the bench, so no need to even consider using the Crushing Hammer. And yeah, I'm just hit for 40, so we'll go ahead and just attach to a Durant on the bench. Until he really starts taking prizes, I really don't need to worry about anything. So, okay, so this is the Flabebe that gives 20 HP to all grass Pokemon. So, okay, no biggie. I don't even know if I want to, yeah, I figured just Lysander up something just so since I don't have any other supporter to play for the turn. And since Flabebe is a support Pokemon, he will have to use a card to switch back out or retreat. It does have a 1 energy cost, so that's essentially, you know, Durant is just devouring, making you discard, and then playing any other card that can just slow the opponent down. So, you know, he's going to need to play 1 card at least to get back to that Ninjas to do some damage. And so we're going to see a Colress for 6. I believe he only had 2, or I believe it was 2 in his hand before. So that's great for me. You know, he's drawing 4 more, down to 25 cards in his deck. And again, we're still not really seeing anything threatening on his side. See a Trainer's Mail to get him a Wally, so he will be able to evolve next turn. But it does not look like he has found a way to switch back into that Ninjask. Alright, so we do see that I have the Trick Shovel, so we're going to be able to go ahead and take off a card there. Alright, that's great, because that would have been the energy attachment he would have needed to retreat next turn. So we'll go ahead and take that out of the question, and yeah, why not flip the hammer? I would have maybe preferred to use an enhanced hammer on it, but it was tails anyway, so not really a big deal. And we're just going to burrow twice to make him discard a few more things. Looks like I forgot, I missed what it was before the Ultra Ball, but I don't think it was anything really crucial. I wish I had maybe a draw supporter in my hand. I've still got plenty of resources that I can be working with, but at the same time, the Team Flare Grunt is just a great card to have. Looks like he's really having a hard time attaching energy right now, so anything he goes to attack me with, I'll be able to hopefully slow him down for one more turn with that Team Flare Grunt. So we do see him, he had to attach a rainbow energy to the active and get rid of it now. He's really starting to clobber me now, hitting for 170. Yeah, it does 50 times the amount of damage counters on it, so very odd strategy. Basically, you raise the HP up a little bit, you do the damage to yourself, and I mean, it works if you can actually pull it off. Being that this is a Durant deck and it's doesn't really care if you're evolving or not, it's not actually knocking you out and taking prizes. It at least allows you to set up. But I mean, yeah, I really don't see this type of deck being very competitive, I guess, is a nice way to put it. You did see me use the Team Flare Grunt, so we're getting off another special energy, and looks like he has to Colress, bring his deck down to 11 cards, and by knocking out that Bunnelby, it puts me in a better position because now I can Devour. So he is going to take a knockout on 1, and now if I continue just to dead draw for the next few turns, I mean, he only needs to knock out 4 more, that's only 4 turns. It could very well be a very close game if I dead draw, but I think I've got enough of a lead right now, unless he's holding a few ends. So we are going to play that level ball to get the Jirachi to be able to get a supporter. And I think I just need a Juniper. He's not playing any EXs, so my Headringer's useless anyways. And we want to be able to guarantee that revive, to be able to put that Durant back on the bench so we can Devour for 4. And I think this turn pretty much just clinches it. He has to have an N very, very soon. And now that I've got a decent hand, now, well, I guess technically right now it's not all that great. The Lysander will buy me another turn if he doesn't have a switch card. But, I mean, he is one-shotting me at this point. Again, you know, he really needs an N right here, as he's got 9 cards in his hand, and I think he just attached a Muscle Band. Not good. Yeah, in the best way to face a Durant deck is just to oh, so this is nice. I kind of was forced to play the Jirachi in order to get the draw support, but he had the Lysander in hand to bring it out, so that makes this a bit of a closer game. I did just draw the Life Dew, though, so yeah, he's only got 6 cards in the deck. If we could just hit a Trick Shovel, well, I guess we would have had to hit 2 Trick Shovels, but still, I don't think there were probably that many left in the deck. But it would have made it come, yeah, there's no way to win on this turn, but he has to take 2 prizes. He's got to N, and he's got to N as well. Yeah, I don't think he has a way out of this. We see a Shauna. Okay, well, oh, that's not enough. That only leaves him with 4 cards in the deck. Unless he's got to find a way to get that revive out of my hand. I mean, since that's what he had, I mean, that was a pretty good play. That puts him 1 turn out, but unfortunately, because he wasn't able to end my hand as well, so I guess technically that did come down to a pretty close game. 1 turn away, but, I mean, if it wasn't for that bit of dead drawing in the middle, I don't think this really would have been much of a contest at all. But anyways, I'm just kind of playing through my hand, just showing him that, yeah, my hand had it all. I just had way too many resources left. I mean, you can see there's still hammers, there's still more revives, there's still stadiums. I mean, just playing the stadium alone is going to mess stuff up. Yeah, so definitely a game that it's pretty nice. I think I do have one more Durant video that I'm going to be uploading. I might have time for it this week. It might be next week. But I also have a Kyogre match coming up, and that's a pretty fun deck to play too. So hopefully you'll stay tuned.